History is so annoying. Meme compilation is much more interesting.
12 seconds later.
Яре. У меня есть ручка, еще есть яблоко. О, яблочная ручка.
Hey guys, I'm Skylar. Today I'm gonna talk about four secrets for you to get high marks for history, and we're starting right now. For some students who are preparing on the upcoming examinations such as DSE, A-Level, and IB, they may have found history complicated. It's notorious by its complexity of those tons of historical events which happened in the past. As you may be wondering, how should we study history in a comfortable method instead of just memorize them mindlessly? Here is 4 ways for you to improve your academic results and understanding on history. The best idea, though it's quite boring and repetitive, an appropriate amount of notes jotted is compulsory. This is the main reason why you should do so. When you are reading the passage in your textbook or listening to a teacher to give out speech, a kind of impression will be formed, so that you can memorize this knowledge very easily, as long as you can immediately write down the key point into your notebook. For example, when you are studying the concept of absolutism, there is a mountain of information existing in your textbook, and you have to fill them out. Just simply write down one paragraph. In 16th and 17th century in Europe, most of the kings are absolute monarchs who have unlimited power to rule the people and kill them if they want to. The famous examples are the Stuarts in England and the Bourbons in France. Besides, they believe in the theory of the divine right of kings. You may wonder, that's all? Yes, that's all. Secondly, you need to understand the education system of history in most of the countries. Unlike Chinese history, Western history often concerns about causes, consequences, but not a lot of content included in the policies. Therefore, perhaps you can try memorizing the information in the form of CCE structure, which stands for causes, consequences, and examples. Let's apply this concept when you are studying enlightenment. In this particular case, the cause is the absolute monarch who ruled the country badly and results in discontent between the society and the government, representing that the world is full of ignorance and superstition. For the consequence, it leads to the Enlightenment thinkers carrying out a lot of Enlightenment ideas in order to criticize law, religion, and politics. Furthermore, they want to end all of the... Okay, let's move on to the third part. Read more extracurricular sources about further information on the topic that you are revising in your leisure time. Again, in order to increase your impression, remember to surf on the internet and find some useful sources so that some of the social atmosphere can be shown. There's a more variable result is that a favorable environment can be developed for you to polish your critical thinking ability to evaluate the historical issues in multiple angles. Some of the prime examples of this are the correspondence of French Revolution and the contemporary American opinion of the French Revolution. These books are written by historians that is inspiring and educational. where we can analyze the overall causes of the revolution occurred in Europe during the 17th and 18th century. Finally, perhaps it's not really practical for some of the students, but I think you guys can recite proper nouns and most of the special events by memorizing how the text or photos in the books are distributed in different pages, so you can confirm whether you memorize all of the required data in a trouble-free way. In order to realize this process, I will explain how to memorize the main event of French Revolution using this method. As shown in the photo, there are parts of the excerpt that are made from a textbook. The author mentioned that some of the European countries started the Revolutionary Wars with the 6 lines of contents. When we combine this with the CCE structure that I mentioned before, you need to know that we should say about 2 sentences for each part. In the next page, the author mentioned about the details of the Reign of Terror, and it used up near half of a page. This time, you also have to count on the number of lines for each CCE element, respectively. And soon, you will find that you need to say about 2 to 3 sentences for each of them, like this. To sum up, there is 4 useful ways for you to study history effectively. If you can get a good result in history, it is not just an academic success. It can also bring you an advantage that you can learn from the personalities of past people and try your best to improve your life nowadays. If you like my channel, subscribe, click the button and leave the comment or your questions below about French Revolution. Most importantly, share this video with your friend right now. So, see you next time. Bye bye.